I'm with Simon with HEL Performance, and I kind of wanted to talk about the calipers and master cylinders you make are so impressive. Where did this come from? Where did it stem from? Because I'm sure brake lines were first, right? They kind of go hand in hand, but it's such a different component to a braking system.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we built our name on brake hoses. That's what we've done for years. Then we were asked by an OEM customer, which is Norton Motorcycles in the UK, if we'd look at a master cylinder and a caliper for them, for their OEM bikes, so for on the road marketplace. Looked into that. There's been lots of things that have happened to that motorcycle company over the years, but it got us started. And we thought, we machine everything in-house, so we're making all of our own banjo fittings, brake line fittings, males, females. We're making everything in-house in stainless steel. So why don't we transfer some of those skills that we know about quality, about assurance, about making it for yourself, just put that into a master cylinder and a caliper that we can make to the best of our abilities here. And because it's made in-house, the bonus that you get with our master cylinder and caliper is it's always constantly being updated. We're making it right here so we can change things. We put the fins on them. We're now on our Mark II on the caliper, just about to bring out a new master cylinder, different things on it, brake light switch integral that you can take out, folding lever, lots of things, but we can do that all in-house because we've got the capabilities here, we've got the machine shop here, and most of importantly, we've got the testing facilities and people here.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see a caliper kind of like not assembled and how much goes into assembling, you know, one of your billet calipers. It's really impressive the amount of parts and pieces that go into it and all of the quality assurances, you know, that there's a lot of lives on stake, and it, you know, the processes that you go through, checks and balances to make sure you're building the best and safest calipers.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of guys here, they've got a lot of experience, a lot of years behind them in doing this sort of thing. Got in-house CAD designers, in-house engineers. So from a block of aluminium, so that's really important, we start with a billet of aluminium. And a lot of other people will cast them, it's cheaper, it's more cost effective to do it that way. We never wanted to do that, we wanted to machine it. So we've got robot loaders in our other building, actually put all those billets in and make us the two halves. From there they're checked, they're brought into this room, which is the assembly room. Everything's checked, all dimensions are checked, and then they're actually sent outside for anodizing, but then back here to be hand-filled. Every logo's hand-filled. And the point of that is it's the amount of hands and eyes that you get at each process. So as it comes off the machine, it's a pair of hands, pair of eyes. Everyone's looking at what they're doing. Then it goes out into this room, everything's checked again, another person. It's then sent out for anodizing, another person. And then it comes back in here, put together, assembled, tightened up, everything checked again, another person. And then finally it's put into a box ready for dispatch, and that's another final person checking that product before it leaves this building.
Yeah, they don't just appear out of nowhere. There's a lot of human element and a lot of safety involved in it too. There's, yeah, like I said, like probably a lot of your guys have a motorcycle background. I do as well. But yeah, it's nice to see, you know, hand enameled logos on. That's not something you have to do. That's something you want to do because, you know, it's got your brand on it. But it's just a nice touch on, you know, I think a high-end product, you know what I mean?
And it is that high-end product. There are cheaper ways. You can just engrave a logo on. You could just machine it and leave it black, but we didn't want that. We wanted it to stand out. We wanted to show the pride that we have in each of these products. We're very lucky at HEL Performance that 50% of our people are automotive, 50% are motorcyclists, so either they ride or they drive. They're all interested, they're all passionate about what we do, so they want to make the actual best products that we can for the marketplace, and with that comes quality. And the quality that we've got here, the testing machines you've probably seen here, we've got a whiplash test for testing our brake hoses, pressure test machines for the calipers and master cylinders, lots of different things that we use just to guarantee them when they go out the door, they're right and they're fit for purpose.
Yeah, us as drivers and, you know, riders, we don't want to think about like what could happen, right? We just want to be assured that, you know, the parts and components that we have on our vehicles or bikes are, you know, it's not a thought, you know, it's just something that is almost like guaranteed that performance is there, and that's all we want to be concerned about.
You're exactly right, and the best thing about it is the people here, through that process, there are lots of different people that are looking at things, checking things, double checking things, taking the measurements from our drawings that we have in-house. So everything all the way through is just a quality product, and we also don't tolerate seconds, issues on a machine. Everything is thrown away. If there's ever an issue, a broken tool, the whole batch goes.
Yeah.
We're not interested interested in just like, that one looks okay, the batch goes and we start again and we go. It doesn't happen very often. We've got fully CNC machines with robot loaders, so it's all very specific and it happens identically time after time after time. But it's just that double check that's involved.
And that gives the, the end user a lot of confidence, you know what I mean, that it's brakes, I've raced my whole life, and brakes can mess with your head, you know what I mean? So if you have confidence that your brakes work every time, it's consistent, it definitely makes you a faster driver or rider.
Absolutely, and we're one of the only manufacturers really in the world that actually put us to the ultimate test. So thumb brakes used at the Isle of Man TT.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the craziest place. Going down Bray Hill at 180 mile an hour and you're using our brake hoses. 90% of the Isle of Man TT this year used our brake hoses. They're going down Bray Hill, 180 mile an hour, putting the brakes on, they've got to work. It's, it's life or death. We know what it's like. We actually put our products at the cutting edge of it, at the very high end of motorsports, British superbikes, World Superbikes, MotoGP. All of our products are used in those different championships to great effect. But it also gives us feedback.
That feedback is crucial. You're not hoping that your product will work in those environments. They do work in those environments. So if you're riding street or you track day stuff, what's good enough for MotoGP is clearly going to be good enough for track day riding and stuff like that.
And also the interesting thing about that is that every customer is important to us. So everyone gets the same product. So if it's MotoGP brake hose, it's exactly the same product that we supply for someone on the street. There's no difference here.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same product. We also get that feedback from the riders that say like, just change the thumb brake lever a little bit or the ratio, because everything's manufactured right here.
And you have the versatility of being able to do that in-house, because you're not outsourcing your thumb brake lever. You get enough feedback, we're changing it.
We're changing it. We get that feedback from the rider of what they really want, and then we can update it, which is why we go through this upgrading all the time. So the Mark 1 calipers we started out with, brilliant braking performance. And then we've moved it up for the looks of it, but we were more interested at the start of making a product that really worked well. Then we've moved into making it really look really quite special. So we just move along and just push those boundaries as far as we can to make the very best products that we can right here in-house.
Yeah, it's crystal clear. You walk around the shop, there's a lot of racing heritage here, and it's nice to be a part of something that's not for show. It's beautiful products that are raced on the highest level.
Absolutely, and there's the passion. So as you walk around this building, you'll see that everyone's interested, everyone cares about what they're doing as an end product. We want to give the very best that we can on a daily basis to each and every customer. Be that a MotoGP team, a British Superbike team, a World Superbike team, whatever they're doing, we want to give them the very, very best, especially if you're on the street. It's just as important. We want to give you the best products we possibly can to put the confidence in your hands.
Well, I heard it from the man. I don't think it gets any better than that. Simon, thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Good to see you.